Oh, child of ghetto. Speaking of criminals, let's get into this Braxton mess because the criminal part comes from Tamar with her accusations from Tawanda. But look, I finally watched the recent episode of the Braxtons, and things got good and nasty between the sisters, which is unfortunate because I'm like, girl, y'all are family. We are family, and y'all just out of here fighting and coming to blows. Yeah, things got physical in the episode. So the drama between the Braxton sisters pretty much heated up, and Tamar and Toni basically got into it over the former struggle with her mental health. Because yeah, they brought it up on the show where and Tawanda went in. She basically was talking about like Tamar, her mental health, and Tamar was basically like, yeah, my mental health is where it is because of y'all. And it's like, sis, no, at some point you got to take responsibility for your own shit. You can't be blaming other people for why your mind bad. I mean, I've always been truly of the belief that can't nobody make you go somewhere that you don't want to go. I'm not going to allow people to take like try to poke the bear, poke the bear, poke the bear, and get a reaction because can't nobody get a reaction out of you when they fight with themselves. Now, if you put your hands on me, I'm gonna punch you in your throat. That's a different story. You can say whatever the hell you want, but the minute you put your hands on me, oh no, it's fighting words. Somebody getting fucked up, and they ain't gonna be me. So, Two Fab had the preview. I already saw the episode. Um, and it all pretty much stems up, if you haven't been paying attention. Tamar decided to have her niece Ashley on her podcast to talk about alleged allegations that went down between Ashley and some inappropriate text messages that came from one of the sisters' husbands. Upon further investigation, and if you've been watching the show over the years, everybody pretty much knew it was Gabe. Then we kind of found out it was Gabe. The reality is, Gabe is no longer with us. He passed away. I think he had cancer a couple of years ago. He died. He's not here to defend himself, so therefore he can't speak on it. Now, when Toni was talking, whatever, she was pretty much saying that um she wanted, if you want to bring Ashley on the show, we can bring Ashley on the show. Ashley has been on the show before. And if you want to sit and talk about, okay, what Ashley went through, yes, we could do it as a family collectively instead of you going on a podcast. But Tamar says, look at it from my point of view. When I had things happen to me, I don't know, she hinted at it. I don't know if it was there ever a story of Tamar being abused in some sort of way, sexually abused. I don't know what her history is. I don't be following all up in her business like that. But if there was if she came out and said that she had something happen to her when she was younger, and she came to her family for help, and they rejected and turned their back on her, this makes sense on why she behaves the way she does. Plus, she is the baby. She's 40. She said, "I'm 48." In that video, I am 48. Y'all wish y'all could be all of this. You know, when she was doing all that drag queen, touch this skin, honey, touch all it, like she was giving Venus extravaganza in that scene. We're gonna play the clip. I'm gonna actually have to play the audio because I can't actually show it because we TV and laws, and I don't feel like having to edit around it. But I did screen record the audio, so we're gonna have to just listen and use our imagination. Y'all just gonna have to watch the episode when you get around it if you haven't already. But so yeah, she brought it on, and then they got into her mental health, and um Tamar was basically saying, what you're not going to do is make me feel all a certain way because I got anxiety and depression from you bitches. So I have the clip. Let me find it in this good old phone. And we're gonna come back and talk. Hold on now. Please hold. Oh, everybody at this table and apologize. Sure. No. Sorry. What? That bitch. That bitch. Just a lie. You don't like. So man. You know. Don't you go there. You man. Don't you? No. Talking to my Joel. I'm out of here. This is unacceptable behavior. I tried to de-escalate it as much as I could and didn't touch Tamar. I got in between she and Toni because Tony's smaller than Tamar. That's like a Rottweiler trying to fight a Yorkie. I'm done. I'm done.
Everyone has an alter ego, you know. I don't get the head one. There's Toni Braxton and Toni Michelle. And Toni Michelle is definitely different than Toni Braxton. I'm not going to say she's hood. And so, I know. He is definitely no nonsense. Yes, I've never seen Toni that angry before. I think we're all tired. We're exhausted with certain behaviors, and we just don't want to deal with it anymore. I know I don't. For Tamar to pull Trina's hair and to say that Trina touched her first, how can Trina touch you first when her back was turned to you? That doesn't even make sense. Pull Trina's hair. And she's 15. It's okay. Let me go. And then after you pull her hair, you kick her? That's ridiculous. Enough is enough. Let's call the cops. I'm not going to I'm gone. I'm not doing that. I knew at that moment I had to leave. I was losing control, and I'm not the type to lose control. You know I didn't put up my hands over. You've been like this to me. I didn't say no. Hands on me. You can me. You dumbass bitch. Come on. I feel bad for you. I do. I pity you. I pity you. Move your hand. I'm not going to hit my sister. You put your hands on me. I didn't put my hands on you. And just like you said, you feel mad at me? Guess what? I'll be mad at me too. Take a look, bitch. I'm 48. Bye-bye. Bye. You so mad. I'm jealous. All y'all are jealous of me because if you wasn't, you have not to destroy my business. Y'all do what you have to say, man. Listen, I swear to God, I thought that we could sensibly talk about this cease and desist and have a real sister conversation to have a resolve. Call me naive. These hoes have sat over here for years and ran me down to the ground. The worst thing in the world was for me to expose them for who they have been to me. What was so bad about talking about the cease and desist when we talked about all of this ridiculous, disgusting, bogus situation? But they have sat over here and played with me and to gaslight me. This bitch gonna say my sister, man, when she is a lie. She's a liar. I'm a liar. So you don't believe it. Well, don't. It's disheartening that everything turned physical the way that it did, and then to curse my kids. Nah, I'm good. But I think that this dinner was premeditated, and that it went the way that Tamar wanted it to go. Trina, come on, Trina. And sometimes it's just okay to walk.
All right, so we need to cut that because it was getting to a point. But you want to know something I discovered? Truly believe that Tawanda hates Tamar. Like when I'm looking at all of them up in there, because they did all kind of at one point gang up on Tamar. Tamar, yes, is very melodramatic. Yes, she likes the attention. And one of the things that I will say, because I feel like they was all wrong in the situation, the cheating allegations of bringing that up. Tamar went there and was like, and I know she probably said Birdman. You think I fuck Birdman too? And then, because that's Tony's husband. Shudder to think, watch you would even wake up every morning looking at that. But if you like it, I love it. So they Tamar went and I guess made it perfect. Although then you started playing up the rumors because at the versus situation, you pretty much had you all up in his face, wiping the sweat off of him when he's FaceTiming his wife. You all up in the phone, telling it in then word that he's gone viral and all this other stuff. That's all she cares about. Tamar cares more about virality than she does about anything else. And that's why I feel like Toni hit the nail on the head. Toni supposed to be, Toni Braxton. She's the icon. She's Miss Demure and Mindful. She don't do all that ghetto hood rat stuff. Tamar like all of that because she is of the era of reality TV. So infamy, reality TV, that's when her career took off. Somebody cared about Tamar when she was making the music. But the minute she jumped in the whole reality TV space and realized, get your life and do all that, them isms that the gays eat up. Speaking of which, I mean, a lot of her isms come from homosexuals. Then all of a sudden, she's got this big success. And like Toni said, she's more comfortable being infamous than famous. And there's a difference. There's a difference between famous and infamous. Infamous is that shit you see on the Zeus network with Nally Nunn and all of that. Now she's trying to jump out and be a rapper. And I saw y'all was all clowning her ass on social media, which was hilarious. And then watching that video, I'm like, girl, I know this is not you trying to make an attempt at being a rapper because this ain't it. But if you're willing to put the coins in a career that's not gonna happen, then by all means, do you needs. There's something out there for everybody. But so yeah, I just feel like there's this jealousy, animosity, and I feel like it's the show. The reality show is what has got all of y'all kind of whatever. Toni can go off and do her music and be good. She's about to go on tour with Boys to Men and who was it? Who else? Boys to Men and New Edition. She about to do that tour. So Toni will always be good in the music department. She don't need this reality TV mess. Tamar still got her music. And didn't Toni throw a little dagger course about her stuff? Her show was a little chitlin circuit. She do give chitlin circuit tease, but when people say stuff like that, you're like, ugh, you trying to thumb it? No, there's a difference between when you crossing over and you hanging out when you singing for the Obamas versus when you doing chitlin circuit shit. And Tamar give chitlin circuit tease when it comes to the level of stuff that she does with her career. And it don't have to be like that. She's got a good enough fan base. She could do the music and put things out, but she chooses to focus on drama and mess. Hence why she always getting into it with every damn body. Recently, Funky Dineva. Speaking of which, I hope that today, if he does a show, that he talk about their encounter, because he said that one of her friends had an event last week and he got invited, and that was gonna be the first time they was gonna be in the room together since that incident. So hopefully he'll be spilling that tea on his show if he hasn't already, because I know sometimes he does do an earlier show than usual. But this is unfortunate how, as siblings, y'all let all this drama come between what it is that y'all got going on. Because once these cameras and stuff go off, y'all gotta, y'all family. I remember I was reading some comments that some people believe that this was all fake and y'all trying to do all of this for ratings. Y'all clearly don't have siblings y'all get into it with, or have like a real sibling rivalry type of sibling. I already told you. There is it's funny how I have me and my sister, we both can't stand on my younger brother. And it's because he's a dick. And so we get it. Like I get it when it's like you have that family member that is just a thorn in your ass. And it's not you acting like you better than people. When you do real shady shit, there's only been so much you're gonna put up with before it's like, okay, I'm officially done with you. So who knows how deep this rabbit hole goes in regards to these women and why they have such animosity for each other. And yeah, it was uncalled for. Trina got in between Tamar and Toni to try to prevent her from putting her hands on Toni. Because she got the heart condition, she got the lupus, and plus she can't be out here with scratches and stuff all over her. And then she go in and pull Trina wig. I'm like, you could have shipped. What was you trying to shift it like you Sheree? It's like, how you touching people wig? And somebody she put her hands on. She didn't put her hands on you. She got in between. It's like trying to move you out the way, get in between, because she was like, what y'all not going to do is sit up in here and start swinging. We're not doing that. So then you went and kicked me, and then you pulled my hair. So because security is holding you back, which goes to show that y'all asses cannot fight if this is what we doing. Because if you really want to get your licks in, you would have got your licks in. Security be damned. And it's about you're not gonna put your hands on your sister, but you literally just put your hands on your sister. So I can't take your word for you not gonna put your hand on your sister when you literally just put hands on her. But yeah, I do feel like there's some deep rooted animosity and anger specifically between Tawanda and Tamar. And y'all need to work all that out. Because at this point, not even Iyanla can fix y'all lives. So I say all this to say, what do you guys think of this story? Did you see the latest episode of the Braxtons? Um, I guess now we're going back to shooting the show separately, because I remember Tamar said that when she did, the only reason why she decided to come out the show because, of course, for their sister Tracy, who passed away, and for them to try to mend their relationship. But she said the only time that Tawanda want to film is, I mean, or Tawanda want to be all sisterly is when the cameras is on. So she's not really like, let's be about actual sibling situation. Who knows? Maybe it's a Virgo thing. It's like, okay, once I'm done doing my obligation, I kind of go off and live my life and do my own thing. And her whole storyline this year is being a damn bridezilla, because that's exactly what she's giving with this whole. We know you're engaged. You say it every 5 goddamn seconds on that fucking show. So she, at this point, I'm just sick and tired of her. Like, she's giving Brazil tease, go and get married, even though I know the show was filmed earlier this year, so she's already married. You live in happily ever after, you do your thing or whatever the case is. But yeah, that's like if you're at a point when you have certain siblings, it's just like we stay away from each other. And we go off and do our own thing. If we happen to come across each other on holidays, whatever the case was, hey, how you doing? Keep it moving. I keep my distance. But you don't want it to be like that scene in the Purge and the second one, Anarchy, when that was the one Frank Grillo was in, when they went to the apartment and the sister found out that her husband was sleeping with her other sister and pulled out the gun on Purge night and shot her ass up. We don't need no situation to happen like that. Justina Machado, I like her. But yeah, she got her ass lit up with some bullets in that damn movie. I'm bringing this up because I literally was watching that last night. But anyway, regardless of all this, I never want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you guys think because I'm just going off on different tangents. Let me bring it back. Let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.